there, Mrs. Thompson. I'm Zach's occupational therapist.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So can you tell me a little bit about the problems you're having with Zach in class?
Yeah, sometimes he gets very angry and aggressive towards others, and he doesn't like to interact well with other peers.
Okay, where does he sit when he's in the class?
When he's in the class, he prefers to sit in the very back in the corner, and he is constantly up and moving and shaking.
Okay, disrupting others probably.
Yes.
Okay, something that we can do is we can move him up closer to the middle or the front of the classroom, so that way he'll be more engaged with you teaching and with his peers around him, instead of just being able to isolate himself back there. Also, what we can do is we can bring in a balance ball chair to help with the moving, because he just doesn't like that flat, hard, boring surface. So bringing in that ball chair will bring in the sensory input that he needs, and so that will help with him being still and staying in his chair. And also, when he's up closer to you, we can work on his social skills, which I'm sure you're aware of. He needs a lot of work on his social skills. So, you can engage in conversation with him, ask him questions during class, and when you're talking with him, make sure that he's keeping good eye contact, because that's something that he's really struggled with, and that's real important for social interaction. So when he's moved up closer, that'll give you the opportunity to work on those things with him.
Okay.
Another thing that will work on social interaction is doing some group projects. So he'll have to work with his classmates on a project, and it's will be your responsibility to make sure to go around to his group and make sure that he is playing an active role instead of just secluding himself and not interacting. That's a big thing that will help.
Okay.
And as far as the anger goes, when does he seem to get the most upset?
He gets the most upset when the bell rings, when it's time to transition from classes, and when his peers get really loud.
Okay, that's pretty typical for children with autism. They're very sensitive to, extremely loud noises or bright lights or several things like that. So since the loud noise is really what bothers him, what we can do is we can allow him to bring his little headphones into class, not anything too disruptive, and we can allow him to put those headphones in 5 minutes before the bell rings and leave them in until 5 minutes after the bell has rung, because that's when the class is the most wild and rambunctious and loud. And so then that will help with the noise and with the sensory overload, and so then after that he won't have had to freak out, and he'll be able to take him out and be good to go from there.
Okay, do you have any suggestions when he gets angry and that's when he starts throwing items? Like, what could I do?
Hopefully you'll be able to tell when it's about to happen. You can kind of tell when he's working himself up and when he's getting frustrated. So hopefully you can see it coming. And one of the things right now that he loves to do and that really calms himself down, kind of the only thing right now that he has found that he loves, is drawing cars. He loves to draw cars. So if you're in a situation where you can see it coming on, you see him getting worked up and flustered, you can go over to him, say, hey Zach, let's take a minute and just draw a car for a minute, and then we'll get back to our work. And he still needs to be doing his work, but just to have a little break here, a little break there, so he can calm himself down. Or any free time that you guys have, encourage him to draw those cars that he loves. And then, it'll give him a sense of accomplishment and, being proud of himself. If you have extra space on your walls, you can hang some of his cars up, because he's really good at drawing them.
Thank you.
And the only other thing that we have to remember is he needs to be held accountable. He can't get away with throwing things, and because it is a danger to the other students. So we need to be sure to work with him on these issues, but to also hold him accountable and punish him when it is necessary.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am. I think you addressed everything.
All right. Sounds good. I'll see you soon.
I see you. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.